What's up, guys? Welcome to Jason Logics. I'm Jeff, and this is your SoCal fishing forecast for Thursday, October 12th. Here we are, guys, getting into I'm gonna call it the bottom of the 8th of our season here. We had pretty nice weather over the weekend, except for we got into some rain this morning. We do have some overcast cloud cover here again in the morning, so we'll see how this plays out, but steady 75, 78 degree temps for the remainder of the week. And then a little bit of this cloud cover again in the morning. So I'll say that so far this year, I think this fog in the morning is pretty unseasonable for October. October is a pretty dry month, and we usually don't see a lot of fog. So these are just kind of the signs of El Nino water temperatures starting to couple with the atmosphere. And yeah, as we start to enter what's going to be a pretty decently strong El Nino, as it's been forecasted, and probably a wet one, and not too cold. So we'll see how it rolls out. But as of right now, we got some disgusting winds here on the outside. Little California eddy spurred up some of that drizzle this morning as well. But all that goes away Thursday, and it's a Friday, and yeah, now we're setting back up for this classic October that we're supposed to be having. Although it's only the first week. The offshore winds last week were nice with the nice warm temps. Fishing has been pretty steady, so that's everything that we're really looking for October. If you didn't know, rockfish stuff is closed except for the deep water stuff. I'm not going to cover the details. That's boring stuff. Why would you go fish cod when we got great tuna fishing going on? Just facts. So, but yeah, that's what we're looking at. So getting back to our marine conditions, nasty stuff going on here Wednesday night. Mixed swell 4 to 7 feet at 9 seconds. This is for 30 to 60 miles out to San Clemente Island. This isn't counting the Cortez, Tanner, Cherry Banks. It's even nastier out there. But like I said, all that stuff dies down. And Friday starts getting pretty nice. Still going to be a little bit of this like 2 to 3 foot, 12 seconds left over. A little bit of like bump on it, I'm going to call it, left over on Friday. Saturday, Sunday, Monday looks spectacular. And I got a 2-day trip, and it doesn't look like it's going to get cut short. I'm excited. That's all I know. Finally a 2-day trip. Only been waiting all year to finally fish the whole one. So, but here's what our watercolor is looking like. You know, looking pretty blue. We got some of this really like green water offshore here. Nothing crazy. Nothing that I think is really wild. I do like this little edge right here off the 289. And we got some really green water here in close to shore by the Coronados. I don't know if you're going to get a good look at this thing, but the 8-day, you can kind of see what's going on. So interesting. Not a lot of volume coming in this area. And if you fly back to the water temps, you see this is that dirty cold water as well. So that's kind of what we got going on here. I'll give you the 8-day just to have a full picture here, but you get the idea. Things are cooling off, although I want to point out here, just so not to be confused, this yellow water showing 69 degrees here 8 days ago, and you can tell it's already dropping. So 67, 68 maybe. So things are definitely changing. So keep your eye on the ball here and on these charts and where things are happening. We'll go from there. So Channel Islands, we'll start up here. Not a whole lot of info come up here. It's nasty as hell today, blowing like 30 plus, 8 to 10 foot seas. No good information coming from this area. If there is any bluefin left in this area, it's going to be in this little trace of warm 69 degree water, 68 degree water right here. If it's there after this blow, I don't know. Again, we're looking at the 8-day. 3-day, it's already fading. So you see what I'm talking about. Got a lot of stuff on the retreat now. So be careful. be careful chasing those full picture charts. We definitely got some stuff going on here. So let's talk about the islands. I know that Nick got looked at. Nothing special. Nothing going on there. Same with Santa Barbara Island. Nothing going on. Frankly, nothing going on at Catalina either. Like I said, this is the end of the season here. I don't expect a whole lot of good island fishing. You might still find some yellowtail on the front side of Sinclair Island here. We got some of this warmer water left here. 69, 70. You might find some good yellowtail working this front side if you got some clean water and some current. But other than that, island fishing, even the Coronado's, total bust right now. That cold water, it's green turned over. Not worth spending your time at. Offshore fishing is definitely where you want to be. And depending on where you're leaving from, you might have to put some miles on the boat, suck some gas at $6.50 a gallon. So, it is what it is. But let's talk about what type of fishing we got going on. Now, I want to say this again with a reminder: things are on the decline. So, what was good last week is probably slightly less this week. And based on what I'm seeing, I would not predict like one of those killer November, December, time periods that we've had. Let's say like last year. So this year was kind of like a month or two behind when we started, and it feels like it's ending quicker. So thinking that you're going to spend December on Cortez catching bluefin, I don't think you're going to have quite as good of a probability as you would maybe last year, which seemed to be still happening first, second week of December. Not saying it can't happen, but just saying that things seem to be deteriorating quicker than when they normally do. This seems like a November reaction to water temps and weather compared to what our typical October, which is pretty temperate, mid 70s, light winds. We already see this northwest atmosphere is kicking up already. So things are definitely going to be changing here quick in the next 2 to 3 weeks. So we'll see how it plays out. But I think October is my last trip. So, but we'll see what goes on. Bluefin, yellowfin mix. We still got a little bit of whitefish in this zone. And the stuff's starting to move around a little bit since the wind has been picking up. We've had bluefin for basically Avalon Bank down to the 209 to the 267, kind of in this area. And with some yellowfin mixed in, it seems like these are starting to lighten up. No like super jumbos in this area. This is like 40 to 100 pound fish. But it's seen less volume this week compared to the week before. Further south, we had this giant mound of fish here from basically the corner of the 43. This whole area essentially was all bluefin and yellowfin. Again, some of this like maybe up to 120, 140. You might find some bigger ones in there. But all fly line fishing, guys. This has been really good fly line fishing. There's a little bit of night action too, but this daytime fly line fishing is probably the best I've seen for the size of fish that we've been catching this year. The fish, 40, 50 pound fluorocarbon fly line sardine for one continuous trip all day has been pretty darn excellent. If you don't mind me pointing out there, we weren't doing this last year. We maybe had some good fish during the day, but it seems like the size of the fish biting during the day is definitely increased since last year, which I think is pretty rad. But this stuff seemed to be sliding up towards the 289 the last day or two. So nothing really looking out here at desperation to see this is much cooler water. I haven't heard of anybody really looking in this area. There's been an insane amount of sport boat traffic in this area. It has not changed in 14 days, and it probably won't be, at least for a little while. Maybe sliding up here a little bit closer, but for the most part, lots of sport boat traffic. So someone told me they counted 26 within their site on one day. So give everybody some room. It's been one of those slow plunker bites, so just carve yourself out a little piece of water on the corner away from everybody, and hopefully they're not driving through you, or if they have to drive through you for some reason at very slow speeds, and acknowledge one another. It's a plunker bite, so put some time in, get with it. Further west, we've had some really good big fish out west. This is not the place to be fishing today. Unfortunately, the Thunderbird was out here for the Jeff Price trip, and they scored really, really, really nice, great fish all day. So Cortez and Tanner both sides. You'll probably find a couple of yellows on here still in the high spots, but yeah, good sign of bigger fish in this area, and hopefully they hang out through this weekend because I'm pretty sure this is where I'm going to be ending up if I have my money bet on the place. So you can still find some of this yellowfin, bluefin mix down here, guys. Again, for most of these sport boat guys and private boat guys, permits, fishing licenses if you don't already have one, further distance coming down this way. There's still sporadic fish in this area. Just there's been so much piled up in this area that no one's spending the time to really look at this stuff. So they're kind of chasing radio fish and report fish, as you know. So that's it for this week, guys. Be safe out there on the water. If you can't get on the water, make sure we're watching some football. We got some football back. So, all right, guys, have a good one. Be safe. Cheers. Hey, thanks for watching. Make sure you subscribe to the channel and check out our website and online store at chasingprojects.com. And make sure you share the stoke.